For me, it was because as a student, I failed out of college when I was working on my bachelor's degree. And I struggled to get back in, discovered I had a learning disability and a 10th grade reading level as a junior in college. It was very difficult, and when I got reaccepted, I got assigned to a specific counselor to help me, and she was a professor of sociology, which is probably why I majored in sociology, because she actually told me that I was smart. And I believe that every student has that one thing. It's one thing that's going to get them to graduation, one thing that's going to help them get through class. There's one thing that's going to happen in each of their lives that's going to help them be successful in college. And for me, it was that professor, that advisor that I got assigned to, that showed me that I was smart, that helped me to get better grades, and that told me I could do anything I wanted to do. It's because of her that I went on and got my master's degree in sociology, and I believe that in this business, I have the ability to be someone else's one thing. And so for me, it's MindTap could be that one thing. The product that we sell could be that one thing. Me coming into their classroom to help them learn on the first day of class and get them up and running and get started, that could be their one thing. And so that's why it's engaged for me. Based on the conversations that I have had so far, the engagement specialist role is someone who looks at the big picture, who can stand back and look at the entire District of Virginia and see where those large opportunities are and where we can focus our efforts to make an impact across the district. To me, it's someone who's going to help the whole district get to goal, one learning consultant at a time. It's the opportunity to find transformational ways to really impact business and the industry. For example, like OER for the VCCS, that's a project that the ES would take on, a big picture project. Working every day to build relationships on the campuses that I serve is key. It's important to not only build relationships with the faculty that you see every day, but also with administration, with key departments on campus. If there's a Center for Teaching Excellence, for example, that's a great place to start. And also with the students. Knowing that all of them in the hallway can see you and call you the MindTap lady is pretty awesome. To me, it's key to not only build relationships among the campuses, but also among the Cengage personnel as well. Our learning consultants, our specialists, our product teams, our marketing teams, our faculty partner networks, and just everyone in our organization, to bring them in to win the large adoptions, to bring them in to win any adoption. They're always there to help, and it's key to use the resources that we have. It's also important to use the data that we have that's provided for us in the white papers, and also the programs that we have, like the rapid reviews. These are all key to winning business, and I think they can also be employed at the engagement specialist level. A good ES should always be coachable and willing to take great feedback on our job. We should also be willing to be a good coach to others and make sure that we share the knowledge that we have about our products with not only the LCs that we're working with, but also with the faculty on the campuses that we serve. I've been in my role as a learning consultant now for 3 years. And within those 3 years, my goal was to get Liberty English, English 100, 101, and 102. If you get one, you end up with them all, and it's all or none. So that's an adoption that I won that took me 2.5 years, 2 years solid to work and win. It took many people. It was certainly not a lone effort. It took a village to win that adoption. It took one Cengage to win that adoption. We did rapid reviews. We did in-person rapid reviews where I reserved a computer lab and had them come down and do the rapid review of MindTap, and they each got a $25 gift card. I had to involve our engagement specialist at the time. Jessica Bright helped with that as well. I had Kurt Massey come in, our head ES for the East Coast. I had power users, technology power users come in, faculty partners come in. We had product team, we had marketing team. It took everybody to get involved in that. It was at Liberty, and as most of you know, Liberty, they don't drink, so instead of MindTap on tap, we did MindTapitizers and invited them in for an event off campus to see MindTap. And literally it took multiple things semester after semester and not giving up to win that adoption, and that's what I think I learned from it the most. And it took everyone in the company to win that adoption. They had to know that they were going to be supported. They had to interact with our DSC, which they did. Our ITS was instrumental and is still instrumental to this day in keeping that business. So it really does take everyone within our company to win those large adoptions. So we also sent them to several team up events. I think they went to a total of 3 over a 2-year period that really helped get them involved. And now that they are our customers, we have been sending them to the MindTap User Summit every summer, and they're getting a lot out of that, and they come back just excited about new ways to use MindTap and how to engage their students in the classroom. So English 111, ENF 03 at Virginia Western Community College, we competed for last spring and lost. We were dealing with a committee decision, multiple members, lots of moving parts, lots of people who were afraid to use technology. We had a lunch and learn for MindTap. I brought in, of course, my district manager, Winley Morley. I brought in our engagement specialist, Matt Wallace, and we had a presentation with them that day. I met with each one individually and did a needs assessment. And I think that I really should have took more advantage of the faculty partner network and certainly of the class test. I didn't offer a class test last semester. Instead, I was just trying to close the business. Last semester, I emailed all the committee members to find out how they were liking the product that they had chose. They had selected a print-only product with no digital for the fall semester, and I wanted to see how happy they were with that. The interesting thing was I had several of them come back to me and express that they were not content with what they had chosen, and so I offered them class tests for the spring, in which we have locked in 4 class tests for the spring for English 111 and ENF 3 with MindTap integrated into Blackboard. And if that goes well, I'm excited to say that it will reopen that adoption for the fall, and we have the possibility to go back in, give it our best, and possibly win it for fall 16. I've only been in sales for 3 years. I worked for Barnes & Noble College for 12 years before taking on this role. And my best year of sales has been this year. It has taken me 3 years to really cultivate great relationships and get people comfortable with MindTap, have them assigning it for part of a grade, and just really, this will be my best year in sales yet. And I think that next year will be even better. My worst year in sales was my first year. Getting adjusted to being in an individual environment as opposed to a team environment was extremely difficult for me. I went to a building every day where I had 60 employees that were constant. We had the same goals. We were measured in the same way, so we were always working together as a team. So one thing I've tried to bring into this particular role has been to get us to act more as a team. For local consultants, you know, I will work with Natalie's customers and she'll work with mine. I'll work with Chris's customers, she'll work with mine. They really do see the Once Engage effect. But that was probably my worst year, just getting adjusted and getting into the role. If I were the engagement specialist for Virginia, within the first month, I would aggressively go after LU Espanol. LU Espanol is a new program that's being offered online, and it's to offer degrees entirely in Spanish. They will be coming out with their first one, Interdisciplinary Studies. They will have students actually graduating from that in 2 years, and they anticipate being at 5,000 students in that degree program within the next 2 years. The problem that they're having is being able to get books published in Spanish for sale through MBS, because as you know, our international divisions are separate from our domestic divisions, the same with any publisher. And so they've had a lot of difficulty acquiring books. I have been working with our custom department to create books for them using our Spanish versions. And I'm also working with custom digital to create them custom MindTaps so that we can hopefully move them to the MSA. I've been working with the dean and department chair, and they have both agreed that if we can find a way to make this happen for them, that they will start designing their courses specifically using our product, since we are willing to make the accommodations and to be able to get them the product quickly and get their students up and running efficiently. Within the first 6 months, I'd like to start working on something I've called Project Prove It. In Virginia, we have had a large shift at the community college level for OER courses, to where they are shifting a lot of their large courses, especially intro courses, to open educational resources. They're doing this blindly. They're offering grants to the faculty for them to create courses, and they have little to no data or research on how this is affecting the students. I'd like to implement Project Prove It at New Horizons this year, which is in April. It's a Virginia Community College System conference that's held in Roanoke, Virginia. They've cut funding to this conference so that a lot of their faculty can no longer attend this as continuing education. And every year we represent at this particular conference in a large capacity that costs around $3,000. I would recommend us reallocating that money in a different way to offer scholarships to the OER faculty that are coming to New Horizons Conference, and to do a luncheon with them in which we offer them a grant for $1,500 or a set amount to do a comparison study for us, where we have our product, our marketing teams create a MindTap course with using their syllabus and do a side-by-side comparison of a course with that instructor using MindTap, and compare that to the overall results of a OER course that they are teaching as well. Looking at retention, looking at grades, looking at course completion, and just really analyzing the benefits to MindTap over OER. There are currently no studies that are showing how OER could be negatively impacting their students, or they have no proof that their OER courses can stand up side by side of good vetted product. So I think it would give us a lot of data to be able to go in and have a conversation at the top levels with the community college system and actually say, you know, we've done these studies and this is what we have found, and now let's talk inclusive access. So Project Prove It is something I'd really like to get off the ground within the next 6 months. It's always important to be a partner. It's important to build partnerships. When I worked with Barnes & Noble for 12 years, my job was to build partnerships with key administrators on campus and to ensure that our contracts were secure. I know how difficult it is to get appointments with these people, and I have worked very hard to do this in the past. Networking is key to this. It's always better to have someone else to introduce you to these people or to help you get these meetings, and it's always important to know the right people to ask and to ask the right questions. Always get little commitments, even if you're starting small. Maybe they'll meet with you for 5 minutes, maybe you catch them in the hallway. Take every opportunity you have to talk to them and start building relationships. The more they see you, the more they know you're not going away, and I mean that in a good way, not that I'm going to pester them, but in a way of, you know, they see you on campus, they know you're there, they know you're doing your job. Hey, I really need to talk to that person. Make sure that you're piquing their interest about something that concerns them on their campus. A good email stating something that might be happening on their campus and how we can assist them with it may pique their interest enough for a meeting if you cannot network one. Also start with the department administrative assistants, or their administrative assistant is key, because they are really the inroad to getting an appointment. I think that the more they view you as a partner, the easier these appointments are to obtain. And that working as a partner with them will help you to achieve those meetings. When you're in there, have a set itinerary of what you'd like to cover, a set agenda of what you'd like to cover. Make sure that you go in with the research that you have to answer their questions. Present them with data and the facts. Get little commitments from them every time you meet with them for the next appointment or for gathering more information. What questions do you want to ask them, and to possibly do a needs assessment for the whole campus that you're serving. I think every one of these high-level meetings are valuable, and it's important that you get the most out of each. I know that what I do every day makes a difference, and that our products can help with these very things. I know that OER can actually hurt the classroom, and I know that it can actually decrease the amount that a student is leaving a course with. And these trends in higher education are something that I would work to improve every day, to focus on how MindTap is a better answer than OER, and to focus on how MindTap can help with retention and engage students, and just assist the faculty with feeling more comfortable in putting technology in their classrooms. For me, these trends interest me and drive me to work harder every day for every student in every classroom.